Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Interesting Ideas. My name is Stan Houston, and we're talking about Missing Monday. That's right, Missing Mondays. And we missed Monday yesterday, and that caused me to think about maybe that might be a good idea from time to time. Because you see, when you miss something, perhaps you then will go out and find something. If you've lost something, perhaps you'll need to go out and find something. Sometimes you need to know what truly is missing in life. And today we are at the White Stallion Ranch. That's the White Stallion Ranch, a historic guest ranch in Tucson, Arizona. And you're invited for a week of conversations about ranching, cowboys, and what the good life on the range, perhaps even on the horseback, might do for you. So a lot of interesting ideas, and the program begins right now. Well, I'm back, and again, some of you may know my story. I'm originally from Minnesota, and we returned to Minnesota after a 10-year adventure living in the Southern Caribbean and in Europe, being involved in international radio. But we got a little bit tired of the Minnesota winters, so for the last 15 years, we have been living in Tucson, Arizona, and as a result of that, I went right back and got a job, a part-time job on the radio at KVOI, thanks to Doug Martin. He said, hey, you can have a little bit of the Sunday afternoon programming, and I was grateful to do that. Went right along with my performance coaching, and so we had a little program called Do It Right Radio on Sunday afternoon on Tucson's airwaves, and I just happened to get a call one time from a guy who listened to Do It Right Radio. His name is Russell True, and it turns out that he is the family, one of the leaders of a great family called the True Family, and that they were the owners of, at that time, it's grown since then, the famous White Stallion Guest Ranch, Dude Ranch, right here in Tucson, Arizona. One of the most wonderful, finest places of the world. Put it on your to-do list. Well, on the way down, we had a number of things we had to do, and it just so happened, sometimes you just need the day off. And we've been very, very busy. Flew down, long flight on Saturday from Carolina, and took some time to meet old friends in church on Sunday. And then I had a schedule for things on Monday, but all of a sudden at the beginning of the day, things began to go wrong. And I just said, I think I will miss Monday. I'll just miss it. Now, as a radio guy, you're not supposed to miss any day, but I did. Had to do it, and the reason I had to do it is I just wasn't ready to do anything that was worthwhile doing. So I wasn't going to fake it. I wasn't going to try and do that. I will just do what I should do when I have nothing really good to say. Shut up. And that would be a good motto for all of us. So I missed Mondays. However, I do remember, and perhaps this is an interesting idea, there was a guy who I worked with at one time who actually sometimes, in terms of trying to make things work, allowed people to take Mondays off. Long weekend. I sure could use another day. And so, if nothing was vital for that day, he'd allow them to take Mondays off. They could miss Monday. However, the deal was, and actually some of the people actually got so into it that they decided to do it that way. He said, okay, make it up at least on Saturday morning, which would be a good time, maybe to get things done. Maybe there's less people in the office or in the shop and you can get more work done. And perhaps take a couple of evenings and work it late, again, while the office is not in session, and make it up. And he said, and if you do a good job, I'll even give you 2 hours off. And so he got into the habit of allowing his staff, again, if obviously there was a vital thing that had to be done that day, But if possible, he sometimes allowed what he called missing Mondays. And that flexibility actually got him a lot of good cooperation from his staff. So I just passed that on to you. So that's missing Mondays. But this is Tuesday, and we're back. And I'm actually putting this together. You might hear it's still a warm day here in Tucson, and the air conditioning just kicked on in what is called the Longhorn Room right here at White Stallion Ranch in Tucson, Arizona. And we'll talk to you more about that. As I say, this is one of those places that should be on your to-do list, your bucket list. Have, for you and your family, a guest ranch experience, and we'll talk more about that as we go through the week. But what I want to do today is simply say a little bit more about what we are all about. Now, part of the reason I also like the idea of missing is when we went back to church, the church that we kind of helped establish in our senior living community, the pastor, who was a former Navy chaplain and literally on board on the boat Navy chaplain when he didn't serve, and he was actually a chaplain at the U.S. Naval Academy. A Texas guy, has a little cowboy in him, as he says. I still wear my Nocona boots. And he read through the 2 and alluded to the 3 stories that you find about people who lost things, who were missing something. Now, here they were. First of all, it was the story of a cattle, only a sheep. And they didn't have cattle as far as we know, but sheep. He had 100 sheep, and all of a sudden, one was missing, like he said, 96, 97, 98, 99. Where's 100? And he left the other sheep, which was kind of a dangerous thing to do, and went looking until he found the lost sheep. And he was thrilled, that he had found the lost sheep. And the second story is about a woman who had 10 coins, obviously rather valuable coins, and all of a sudden, one of them is missing. And you all have had that experience, something that is, and she tears the house apart to try and find the coin. You know that, some keys that you couldn't find, you lost, or something else. And finally, she finds the lost coin. Now, and she throws a party. Celebrates the fact that what was missing in her life was found. And she's so happy about that. Then, of course, he alluded to the next week's story, which is, of course, one of my favorite stories in the whole deal. You lost an animal. You lost some money. He lost his son. And this is the story of the prodigal son. And as many people have said, it's not really about the prodigal son. It's about the good father. The father is the hero in this deal. And many of you know that story. There is a rich man, and he has 2 boys, and one of them decides, hey, I don't like this farm life here on the ranch. I want to go to the big city, and I want to have a good time. So he tells his father to divide up his estate and give it to him right now, and he's off. And, of course, all hell breaks loose for him. There's drought. Everything goes wrong. People take his money. And all of a sudden, he's destitute. He literally is homeless, And terrible thing for a good Jewish boy. He literally is taking care of pigs and eating with the pigs. And he comes to his senses and says, At least the slaves, the hired hands in my father's ranch, they had a place to stay, and they had plenty to eat. He said, I'll go back, and what I will do is I'll say, I've been a bad boy, and I'm sorry, but you don't have to take me back, but just put me on the payroll, put me in the bunkhouse, and let me help take care of the farm, take care of the ranch. And so he makes his way back, and of course, the story that is so meaningful to me, the father sees him. And obviously I get the idea that probably every morning and every evening he went to what I would like to call some high point and looked out and see if, maybe today he's coming back, And all of a sudden one day, one evening, one morning, he sees a person walking in the distance, kind of peers out. Obviously, as far as we know, he didn't have any binoculars. And then all of a sudden he realizes that it's his son. And he runs out and embraces him and grabs him. And one of the more famous paintings by Rembrandt is that picture of him embracing his son. And the father says, rejoice, rejoice, my son who was lost has now been found. Let's have a party. And he throws a wild party and invites everybody to come. Of course, you also know that as part of the story, the older brother says, well, you never threw a party for me, and I'm the good guy. Sounds like family dynamics that some of us know, isn't it? And the father says, I've always loved you. You are the best. But your brother who was lost, has now been found. And we're going to celebrate. We're going to have a party. I think part of what life needs to happen, it happens for me, and it probably should happen for you, is we do lose things. And I've lost a lot of things. As an entrepreneur, you wouldn't believe how many projects have gone south on me. And there have been friendships. People have said, I'll be with you. And they left me. And there have been a number of lost things. Am I unusual? Of course not. Everybody who is listening to this program has lost things. Things have gone missing. And I oftentimes point out with one of the questions I ask, hey, what's missing in your life? What have you lost that you'd like to get back? What's missing? And perhaps one of the projects we need to have in terms of our life and our business is to do exactly what the people in the story did. They went out looking very intentionally with high intensity to find what was lost and what was missing. At any stage in life, you should be asking yourself what's important. And when you do that, you find out a lot of things that you thought were important. Just as when Karen and I made the move, a lot of things we thought we just needed and had to have, but we didn't have room, so we gave them away, gave lots of stuff away, and found out we didn't miss them. We didn't need them. We're fine. In fact, you know what? We're kind of better off. Life is a little simpler right now because we lost it, but that was okay. But to know what are the important things so that if you lost it or if you're missing it, that part of your life strategy is to do what you should do to perhaps find what is missing and fix it, or to find what is lost. That's right. Find what is lost and find it. Found it. And then, of course, celebrate it. Thank you for your time on this Tuesday. My name is Stan Houston. These are some interesting ideas. We'll be right back. First of all, thank you for your time. You gave me 15 minutes, and I'm grateful. Hopefully it was helpful. Please go to whitestallion.com, and you will see the story of one of the better places in the world to take a vacation, to really relax. My wife, who is just recovering from a year's move and major heart surgery, just said to me this morning, she said, I should have come here right after my surgery. I have never been able to get more relaxed. No TV, just wonderful scenery and animals and good stuff all around me. And so I encourage you to go to whitestallion.com, and my good friend Russell True and his family will make a wonderful experience for you. I can help you too in terms of, first of all, you need this new year. Remember, we're in the New Year's celebration. We do that now. And you need to find a way to reach out to your audience. Discover who they are. Find out the best way to reach them. Do the reaching. Perhaps you've lost some members of the audience that you were hoping to have, and you need to return and get those customers back, and those people who you lost, you need a way to recover that. We can help you do that. Check out What It Takes Radio at witradio.net. That's witradio.net. Personally, in terms of your life and business, I've got, 40, 50 years of life, business, and radio experience, and I probably can help you. StanHouston@gmail.com, StanHouston@gmail.com. Best and blessings. And perhaps this week you'll find something important. You'll find something you lost. Perhaps discover something that will make life better for you. That will be good. Very good. All the best and blessings. Take every blessing you can. And bye for now.